when my phone rang. Ring, 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 ring. I answered it. It was my manager, Bobby. He said, "Hey, what's up, Apple?" That's my nickname, by the way. Apple D Moon. The D stands for my, never mind, it stands for darkness. Darkness. He said, "I have a gig for you." I said, "Okay, when?" He said, "Tonight." I said, "Tonight?" He said, "Tonight." I said, "On the day off?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Okay, fine." Hung up the phone with him, and I got dressed. I started putting on my outfit. I put on a little cloak because, I wanted to be mysterious. And I walked down my apartment door, walked to the corner, and I waited for the CTA because I'm an artist. I got on the bus, choo choo, sat down, got off. This is Chicago. And as soon as I got off, I saw it right there. The club he was talking about. It was lit up. The whole road was dark. As I started walking towards the club, I saw a figure walking the other way. It was kind of creepy. So I hurried up and scooted past. But the figure said something to me. And when I turned to say, "Huh?" I was in front of the club. It's pretty weird. Anyway, my boss was like totally correct. The place was so pretty. The walls were emerald green. The furniture was a purple. And everything was lit by candles. And just like any burlesque dancer, I looked at the crowd and I saw who was in it. Had this one chick. Short hair, nice smile. Okay. You had this one guy smoking a cigarette, hanging with his boyfriend. All right. And you had this other woman. She was sexy and blonde. All right. I was very satisfied with my audience. So I went back to the stage where the curtains were closed. And I started to get ready. I can hear the announcer telling me 5 seconds. Okay. Then all of a sudden, I heard him. "Introducing the enchanting, the amazing Apple D Moon." The curtains opened. I turned and I dropped my cloak.
Ooh. Ooh.
And the crowd went wild.
Ooh.
But then I noticed that the crowd was transparent. They were a bunch of ghosts. That short-haired woman, that was Josephine Baker. The guy with the cigarette, that was James Baldwin.
Wow.
And then the little blonde, that was Marilyn Monroe.
Oh.
But I kept going because goddamn professional. So I started to dance. I would step, and I would bump, and I would step, and I would bump. And I'd come over here and do a grind, and they would go, "Woo! Woo! Woo!" And then I come over here and take off my glove and throw it in the crowd. Woo! Woo! And I just kept dancing and showing them why they chose Apple D Moon to be here. And they loved it. Some applaud,
Ooh, yeah.
some laughed, and others cried, but I think that was just La Llorona in the back. I don't know. Anyway, I got to the last part. Is when I turn and I put my hands in the air and I take off my glove and I look into my spotlight. Oh yeah, that spotlight. I can see it as clear as day. As I look from my arm to my hand, I realized I could just see it clear as day. I was transparent. I was a ghost. And then it hit me. I was dead. When did I die? How did that happen? I took a deep breath because the show must go on. My mom always taught me 3 things. 1, the show must go on. 2, don't let anyone change who you are. And 3, can you please put on some pink? You wear so much black. That's a whole other story for another day. Anyway, I let my hand go down to my dress. I did a little turn. I stopped and I posed. And that was the end of the dance. I did some bows, blew some kisses, gave some hearts. Walked off the stage and I called Bobby. Because he didn't tell me this. I said, Bobby, what's going on? Am I dead? He said, yeah. You always forget. I said, always forget? What do you mean I always forget? He says, well, when you're on that stage, it brings you back to life.
No.
And so I asked the question we all wanted to know. How did I die? He said, murder, a few feet away from the club. And I heard nothing after that, just a hissing sound. I hung up the phone. I went to the main floor, and as soon as I stepped on the main floor, I ran into James Baldwin. He gave me a cigarette. I don't even smoke. But it doesn't matter now, does it? I'm dead. So I smoked, and then I drank with Josephine Baker, and then I danced with Marilyn Monroe. And I was having such a good time. We were laughing, we were dancing, we were playing jokes on security. So fun. I've never felt like that ever in my life. And so I decided I was gonna stay out all night. And I did. And when I got home, I fell out, knocked out, went to sleep out like a light. One afternoon, I was eating peanut butter and jelly crackers. Don't knock it till you try it. When my phone rang, it was Bobby, my manager. And I answered it. And all I can wonder is, what does Bobby want on my day off? That's it.